What if I told you the Fantastic Four movie is not what you think it is? Okay, fine, it is a Fantastic Four movie, but one of the characters in the movie may not actually be the character that you thought it is from the comics or from previous iterations of that character in other movies and TV shows. And I am, of course, talking about the Silver Surfer in the movie. Now, obviously, since that character was announced, there has been some backlash towards the character because it's a woman this time around, as opposed to the man that usually fulfills that role. That is irrelevant. I really don't care about that. I mean, obviously, I mean, Galactus has many heralds in the comics and in other versions of the character, and some of them happen to be female, so it's not really that big of a stretch. Plus, the fact that in some iterations of the story, it is actually Shalabal who becomes the Silver Surfer, as opposed to Norrin Rad, the original Silver Surfer. And I believe, in fact, it's a title that has been passed down through several other characters, if I remember my comics lore correctly. I mean, hell, Superman became Herald of Galactus at one point or another. So, like, yeah, anything is possible. So, really, casting a woman in this role, really not that big of a deal. Where it does become a bigger deal, though, is with the approach that they're taking with this character, which is, I can promise you, unlike anything we've seen from this character before. And not just because it's a woman this time. So, here's basically the gist of it. Here's the basic story. We all know the story of Galactus, or if you don't know the story of Galactus, here's basically it is. He used to be just a normal, average, everyday dude in a universe that predates our own universe, and somehow he survived the Big Bang, which created our universe and ended his universe. The end of the previous universe was the beginning of this universe. And as they say in the Star Wars universe, somehow Galactus survived. But yes, so in that process, he also became one of the most powerful beings in this universe. A being so powerful, he needs to eat planets just to sustain himself. Now, of course, the main thing about Galactus is he's not really doing this out of anything evil or malicious. The dude's just hungry, and he needs to feed on planets. That's his whole shtick. And, well, sometimes for some reason, a character as powerful as Galactus, a godlike being, remember that because it's important for later, a godlike being like Galactus needs a bit of help selecting which planets to consume and eat. So he creates heralds for him to go out through the cosmos and search for nearby suitable planets to feed their master, one of which happens to be the Silver Surfer. Of course, obviously, we all know the story of the Silver Surfer. Well, what many people probably don't know is that the Silver Surfer originally was just a one-off background character in one of the panels that Stan Lee really liked, and he asked Jack Kirby to reuse that character and give him a full arc, a full story, and that's how the Silver Surfer was born, and which, by the way, is also Stan Lee's favorite favorite hero character that he created. So yeah, it's a personal favorite for Stan Lee. So guess it's a perfect fit to put him in this movie, which is going to really shape the future of the MCU. Now that we are already well and truly over half a decade since Stan's passing. So yeah, Silver Surfer in this movie. Again, we all know the story of the Silver Surfer. His planet was about to be destroyed by Galactus, and he offered himself as a servant of Galactus in exchange for him sparing his planet, which of course he did because Galactus is a man of his words. Again, he's not evil, he's just hungry. And like I said, he keeps his promises. He promised not to eat Silver Surfer's world, so he didn't. But he made Silver Surfer this ultra powerful cosmic being that surfs around the cosmos searching for suitable planets for Galactus to eat, essentially making him a slave of Galactus. However, and this is really the more important thing, there is one thing, one tiny detail about the Silver Surfer's whole personality and lore that people usually tend to overlook a lot of the times, is that he's a herald serving a much more powerful deity, an elder of the universe, almost. A godlike being. Remember I said it's going to be important? This is the main thing. So, here is actually the thing that everyone always get wrong about the Silver Surfer. Everyone thinks he's a herald of Galactus, right? Herald, H-E-R-A-L. What if I told you that he's not actually, or rather, she in the movie, the Silver Surfer in this movie, is not actually a herald of Galactus, but rather a herald of Galactus, spelled H-A-R-O-L. Are you getting it now? The Silver Surfer is a herald of Galactus, specifically a herald arbinger. Even more specifically, a harbinger. She is a harbinger of Galactus, because Galactus is one of the gods of the pantheon. Which is why he requires a harbinger as opposed to a herald. Are you getting this now? So Galactus, being one of the pantheon gods of the universe in this movie, is going to say, ha 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 ha.
Since the very first existence of television, laughing at the human race, driving you mad.
Hi there! Thank you for watching the video. And if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends. I'll see you next time.